Hello, I'm Casey Claiborne, and thanks for watching this CrimeWatch YouTube exclusive, where we take a look back at recent crime stories that might have been making headlines in our area. The family of a Texas State student killed when a bullet came through the wall of his apartment has filed a civil lawsuit. They're suing the man who fired the gun, his father, and the girlfriend. Fox 7 Austin's CrimeWatch reporter Meredith Aldis finds the attorneys representing the family say it's time to demonstrate what accountability should look like for a crime like this.
In September 2021, Texas State student Austin Salyer was shot through the wall while he was lying in bed and died.
He would have done great deeds that this whole world would have benefited from. We'll never see that happen because of this totally needless and careless incident.
Gabriel Brown, Austin's neighbor, claimed at around midnight he accidentally fired his gun while modifying it.
You had a person that was outfitting a semi-automatic pistol and making an assault rifle out of it with what they call a micro conversion kit. You shoot a bullet into a wall that you know a person lives on the other side, you call first responders.
The Salyers are suing the shooter, Gabriel Brown, his father, Gregory Keith Brown, and the girlfriend, Chantel Monique Veal, for negligence and gross negligence.
The incident happened at an apartment we believe was leased to Gabriel Brown's girlfriend. We believe she was also present either in the apartment or in the room itself where the gun was discharged. The same goes for Gabriel's father. It's our understanding that he was on the phone with Gabriel as Gabriel was attempting to fit this conversion kit on this gun. He was aware the gun went off.
The attorneys representing the family say they all had an opportunity to call authorities or try to get Salyer help, and they didn't. The family is seeking more than $1 million for damages.
The ultimate goal, after conducting that discovery, answering the questions that the Salyers deserve answers to, is to have a jury trial, to allow 12 citizens to demonstrate what accountability should look like for a crime like this.
In the criminal case, Brown pleaded guilty to criminal negligent homicide. He was originally sentenced to 180 days in jail. Not even a month later, the sentence was changed to 90 days. The attorneys point out in the petition the minimum sentence for a state jail felony is 180 days.
It's been close to over 18 months past the incident. We've had a criminal case conclude, and there hasn't been one semblance of real justice that's been done in this case.
Fox 7 reached out to the Hays County District Attorney and judge who presided over this case. The DA says the case is not over, and the judge is the only person who could ever explain why she decided what she decided. The judge didn't respond to our requests for clarification.
The attorneys say the case could take anywhere from 12 to 24 months. The Salyers say they don't plan on suing the county, but their expectation is for the district attorney to file a motion to enforce and have the judge at least put back the sentence of 180 days. A suspected drunk driver is dead after leading police on a chase and then crashing into a moving freight train. It happened in downtown Austin. Fox 7 Austin's Amanda Ruiz has that story.
At 2:25 Friday morning, police noticed some suspicious behavior happening in the area of East 7th Street and Natchez while monitoring cameras.
A subject was observed by APD via camera trying door handles.
When police arrived, that person was seen getting into a vehicle. It's unclear if that was theirs or if it was stolen. Police say when officers told the driver to get out of the car, they took off.
The subject ignored the officer's commands and actually put the vehicle in motion and began to drive away from officers, going over parking barriers and curbs in order to get away from them.
A police chase ensued, the driver leading police frantically eastbound down 7th Street, but ended when the driver crashed into a moving freight train on East 7th and Northwestern Avenue. Austin Travis County EMS tweeted the driver was pinned and had to be extricated from the vehicle.
The subject was extracted from the vehicle and transported to a local hospital.
Police say the driver died at the hospital. They believe the driver was intoxicated.
Only to state the obvious in that one ought to do neither. Like, obviously, do not drive while intoxicated, and if at any point you are given commands under any circumstance, simply comply, and if it's a misunderstanding, we can go from there, and if not, it's still better than the alternative.
Austin police are investigating a suspicious death in Southeast Austin. Fox 7 Austin's Kelly Saberi has more on the investigation.
One person is dead and another person is injured after a shooting in Southeast Austin this morning, shortly before 3 a.m. This is in a residential neighborhood near McKinney Falls Parkway and East William Cannon Drive. Shortly before 3 a.m., a caller told APD that her friend may be dead. Several other callers in the area also indicated that they heard shots fired. Police located a man on the scene with trauma to his body, and he was pronounced dead. The caller was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. At this point, it's unclear if the suspect or suspects have any relation to the victims. Police are asking anyone with information to give them a call. Reporting in Southeast Austin, Kelly Saberi, Fox 7 Austin News.
The partnership between the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Austin Police Department has come to an end, at least for now. DPS stopped its operations in Austin as of May 12th, according to APD. It's due to state troopers being diverted to handle the crisis at the Texas-Mexico border. Austin Police Chief Joseph Chacon says because of the end of Title 42, DPS is being deployed heavily in border cities right now. Chacon says there's no time frame on when the partnership would start up again, but it won't be for at least several weeks. The shift comes 2 weeks after data revealed 9 out of 10 DPS misdemeanor arrests in Austin were people of color. An Austin man can't believe the journey his truck went on after being stolen in March. This comes as the number of auto thefts in Austin and around the country are on the rise. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis has that story.
The number of auto thefts in Austin is up 18% this March compared to last March, with almost 1,500.
I'm not too surprised that this happened.
In March, Nathan Ramsire fell victim. He says he left his truck in a parking garage on South Lamar Boulevard over the weekend.
I came back out Monday morning for work and it wasn't there. Key fob in hand, I had everything, so I'm not quite for sure how they got into the vehicle. It's alarming.
He says he reported it to the Austin Police Department and hoped it would be found. It was, but Ramsire was shocked to see what it looked like.
It was unbelievable seeing the condition it was in, being that it was a brand new truck, and then also seeing the amount of contents in it that were stolen goods from pretty much smash and grabs in people's vehicles, from their IDs, social security cards, about 30 phones, tablets, you name it, So I feel bad for the people that lost their belongings.
What he didn't know then was his stolen car had been on a journey, and it was caught on camera.
It ended up going to the east side, hitting 2 telephone poles, knocking out a transformer, and then also knocking out power to about 4,000 people.
Ramsire says he's since gotten a new truck, but it hit the pocketbook hard. And he's not the only one dealing with this problem.
I've had about 4 other friends in this area alone that have had their vehicles stolen too as well.
The NICB reports more than 1 million vehicles in the U.S. were stolen last year, a 7% increase over 2021.
Up and seeing what's happening in our area, it's kind of bothersome.
Ramsire's truck was a Toyota Tacoma, not on the National Insurance Crime Bureau's list of most cars stolen in Texas. The top are Chevrolet and Ford pickup trucks, followed by sedans. Experts say a few ways to discourage thieves from stealing your car are keeping your car locked at all times, never leaving the keys in the vehicle, making sure valuables are not visible, don't leave the title in the vehicle, and park in a well-lit and well-known area. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
There's a new foundation created by the family of a little boy who was killed in a car wreck in December. Meredith shows us how they plan to honor Jude Cali.
At just 8 years old, Jude Cali left his mark.
He was just so joyful and bubbly and just a light to everybody. He's the kind of kid that if a kid needs help, he would be the first one to go help him. He was always so happy and giggly and smiling.
In December, Jude and his father Brandon were in a rollover crash on FM 1626 near Hays County. Jude was taken by Starflight to Dell Children's Medical Center with life-threatening injuries.
The community rallied behind us, came together like a team to support us, and we'll never forget that.
Jude played on the Austin Raptors baseball team, and when he was fighting for his life in the hospital, the baseball community was there to support.
Jude was still in the hospital. He was on life support. The whole entire community just rallied around us, and they wore jerseys for Jude.
Jude died in the hospital, but his organs were donated to help save 2 adults and 2 kids' lives.
He died a hero. He was always into superheroes, and he didn't even know that he was one in death.
And his parents continue to shine his light.
When you go through a tragedy like this, you have 2 choices. You can either let it destroy you, which it could easily do because the grief is so intense, or you can let it fuel you to just do good and live with purpose and glorify God with it.
I think it was through that experience that we realized that nothing really matters except for loving God and loving your neighbor as yourself.
The Callies started the JC7 Foundation, J for Jude, C for Cali, and 7, his baseball number.
You know, it's the biblical number for completeness. It's God's number of fulfillment.
The JC7 Foundation has a specific mission, enriching the lives of children and supporting families who have lost a child.
We're looking to get kids that are maybe in a disadvantaged situation, get them into team sports, get them into the arts to unlock beauty that the world desperately needs, get them into faith-based programs like church. We want to be there to support families that have lost a child. We want to support them financially, we want to offer grief counseling, but also hopefully help them find purpose in the pain like we've found purpose in the pain.
And many are getting behind them. Kendra Scott hosted a celebration of life last week.
Giving back to JC7 and being here and being with this group of people and being able to support obviously a horrible tragedy, but rallying around it is huge.
It just shows the power that when things happen, the community will come together.
The Cali family says they've raised about $100,000 and are looking forward to using those funds to help others.
In so many ways, it kind of lessens the pain of the grief when we're just doing good and keeping his spirit alive.
We now know more about the staffing situation at Austin's 911 call center as wait times have hit double digits. The topic was recently postponed to a special called Public Safety Commission meeting. There are still some bits of information that weren't addressed, like 311 and an update on the new online non-emergency reporting system. But Fox 7 Austin's Carissa Limco reports that we did learn more about ongoing efforts to improve recruitment and retention and where we are when it comes to vacancies.
The national standard is 90% of calls answered in the first 15 seconds. So that is our goal every day, is to meet that standard.
But what is the average 911 response time in Austin currently?
Unfortunately, I can't give you an exact number because that changes day to day. And in reality, it can change within 30 minutes to the next 30 minutes.
We talked to a man in North Austin just this month, put on hold with 911, trying to report a car fire.
It took 22 minutes and a few seconds for Austin 911 to finally answer the call.
Efforts have been underway to improve recruitment and retention, including pay raises. Dispatchers working overnight and overtime have the opportunity to make double their normal rate. We also learned in Monday's update that APD Emergency Communications is receiving 3 to 4 times the amount of applicants compared to the same period in 2022. The application and training process has also been streamlined.
Previously, it was 14 weeks from application to hire date. It's now down to 9 to 10 weeks. The hiring unit for emergency communications has added 2 full-time recruitment coordinator positions, a background investigator position, and 2 additional personnel who assist part-time with both recruiting events and hiring process.
Austin 911, do you need police, fire, or EMS?
In February, 7 on Your Side took a look at current vacancies in the 911 call center. Here is a look at those numbers. Now, here are the current number of vacancies, 71 total, just slightly more than there were in February.
We realize it is definitely an issue. We hire 3 and 2 leave, and we hire 2 and 3 leave, and so we've got to do something different to figure out recruiting and retention, and we're working on it.
It's been 4 days now since Cameron Police Sergeant Josh Klaus was killed in line of duty while responding to a domestic dispute. But a volunteer chaplain here in Central Texas is bringing some much-needed healing to Cameron PD as they grieve the loss of one of their own. Fox 7 Austin's Meredith Aldis shows us how.
On Wednesday night, Cameron police responded to a call about a shooting at a home. When they searched the home, they say they were confronted by the suspect who started shooting at officers. Sergeant Joshua Klaus was shot and taken to a hospital where he died. The suspect, Albert Acosta, was shot and killed at the scene. A Central Texas volunteer chaplain with Operation Safety 91 is offering support and prayers to the Cameron Police Department as they grieve this loss.
We just love the opportunity to be able to minister through OS 91, and we hand out decals and other resources.
Chaplain Ron Leonard and his therapy dog Molly help law enforcement in Central Texas by providing food, about 2,500 goodie bags, and comfort to officers.
Molly now has been over 5,000 visits, and she has been out there ministering to people and just doing the unconditional love of what a dog will do.
Chaplain Leonard says he just wants to help others. He's been doing this work for about 15 years.
When an officer, man or woman, goes down in the line of duty, it's not just an agency that suffers, but it's a whole nation. And so we try to make them understand that, they matter across the country. They matter in what they do. And it's just an opportunity for us to make a difference.
He encourages anyone needing help to visit os91.com for resources. Meredith Aldis, Fox 7 Austin News.
Thanks for watching this Fox 7 Austin Crime Watch. Our exclusive Crime Watch stories run each Monday on Fox 7 Austin News at 9. You can find more stories on our website, fox7austin.com, or subscribe to the Fox 7 Austin YouTube channel.